Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today is going to be a pretty in-depth reading. I've got a couple of really quick announcements. First off, thank you so much, Nicole, for this Prism Oracle deck. This is a beautiful one that I've just started using, just got it in the mail and from the Amazon wish list, and the Blind Spot Oracle cards by Teal Swan from Victoria. My little one opened these packages before I could, so hopefully I got the proper names with the decks there. My apologies if I've somehow gotten that wrong, but thank you nonetheless so much. It's so appreciated. Also, I've just reached 6,000 subscribers, so I'm going to do a little short video call out and give another free reading away. So I will give instructions in that video. It will be comments below that particular video that will enter you into a draw. That's the way to do it. I'm learning. So I don't know why 6,000 gets another giveaway. I've just been told that that's going to be beneficial for whoever gets it at this point, and I'm so excited to do that. Okay. This is going to be a bit of an in-depth reading. I am going to tackle the sheer amount of information that comes through in these blind spot cards, and then I'm going to do a feminine and masculine reading afterwards. But let's see first off what the divine masculine blind spot is right now. So for the divine masculine collective, what is the blind spot? What is it that the divine masculines could well look at in order for assistance along the journey at this time? So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel. Only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What is it we can see for the divine masculine collective in the shadow of the new moon energy? What is it we can know? Okay, we are getting card number 30. It just landed on the King of Swords on another deck here, so I'm actually just gonna leave those together. King of Swords is all about clarity. This is about seeing through the dimensions, the perception, the higher understanding. Unbiased. Can be head over heart, but let's have a look at card 30. Short-term thinking. So the King of Swords knows a thing or two about long-term thinking. We have seen this a little bit, you know, with that Knight of Wands, the hot and cold, the ghosting, the emotional immaturity that causes instability, weak energy, weak choices. Masculines look like they're going from short-term thinking to more masterful thought process. Going from lust, instant gratification, into those long-term eternal frequencies. This is the realm of commitment, longevity. Yeah, need I say more? Let's look at this card. So short-term thinking. If you have drawn this sigil, you're falling into the trap of short-term thinking. You're not thinking and doing things with long-term implications in your mind, and this will come back to bite you. So divine masculines who may be watching this, something you're doing is short-sighted right now, and that's going to hinder you going forward. So there is a need to step into more of a bigger picture, long-term. So this is the rebound relationships and instant gratification theme that we've been seeing a little bit of lately. So people tend to have a strong preference for immediate payoff as opposed to delayed payoffs, even when the long-term payoff far outweighs the short-term ones. This may be leading you into making choices that your future self would prefer you had not made. The bottom line is this: if we're making decisions for the future or making choices for right now, we will often make different decisions. Our world is littered with examples of unintended consequences that are the result of short-term thinking. A woman might want to feel the belonging and love and approval relative to a man who is showing her sexual interest, and so she does not use contraception in the short term and thus does not consider the consequence of pregnancy in the long term. People may love the instant reward and also avoidance of emotional pain inherent in gambling. In that moment, they're not thinking about the consequences of squandering all their money away. In ancient Rome, a group of men loyal to the Republic feared that Julius Caesar was going to establish a monarchy and establish permanent rulership. In 44 BC, they decided to assassinate him, thereby restoring the Republic in the short term. In the ensuing chaos and absence of leadership, Caesar's great nephew Octavius quickly assumed power and permanently ended the Republic by establishing a de facto monarchy. After Caesar's death, it became obvious that he was killed to eradicate an immediate perceived threat, but the plan wasn't well thought out because Caesar had never intended to create a monarchical system in the first place. The long-term consequences were that by making decisions for the short term, the conspirators brought about exactly what they had tried to prevent. When we're facing a decision to make in the present, especially when something is threatening us, we tend to grab for an immediate solution without thinking deeply about the context, the roots of the problem, or the potential unintended consequences that might ensue. Because we react instead of thinking and responding, our actions are often based on insufficient information that can get us into a lot of trouble. If you have drawn this card, the reality is that you either didn't see or aren't seeing that decisions you're making or have made to satisfy short-term need could negatively impact your long-term needs. You're falling prey to short-term thinking when you should be thinking and acting in terms of what will be the best for you in the long run. Okay, Divine Masculines, that's the Band-Aid strategy. Quick fix. So you're fulfilling a temporary need right now in some way, Divine Masculines. And so Divine Feminines also, you can view that whatever your Divine Masculine is doing right now has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their desire to pacify something in the short term. Okay, so let's have a... What do we do with this? I was going to have a bit of a conversation about this between the Divine Masculines and Feminines. So let's ask, what do the Divine Masculines think they're doing right now with whatever this short-term experiment, exposure is that they're navigating? What do they think they're achieving? What is the theme of this right now? Thank you, Divine Masculine collectives. Ooh, we get the Moon in the reverse with Destiny in the reverse. All right, so the Divine Masculines feel like they are navigating on a level of seeing their subconscious drivers. So with repressed energy and rebellious energy, what I'm getting in this is that the Divine Masculines think that they're living their deepest truth right now, but it's only a stepping stone on the path to their destiny. So it's not the full picture. It's not the long-term thinking that is needed, but it is a bridge to that long-term energy that puts them on their destined path. It's just that they think it's the be-all end-all right now. They think they have the answer figured out. They think this is where it's going to culminate, but it's not. This is a step, a stepping stone in the destined direction, but it's not the be-all end-all. So there is some short-sightedness, but they are on the right track. So for those who are more conscious, they know that what they're doing right now is a temporary fix. They know that it's not the deepest eventual destiny, but they are also knowing that it's in the right direction and they have to go through this. Okay, so let's see now, how is, just for those beautifully aware Divine Masculines who might be watching this, how is that affecting the twin dynamic? What is that doing to the Divine Feminine? Let's get into some empathy and some awareness of what that motion is ultimately doing in the Divine Feminine collective. Oh wow, so fast things poured out. One flew over to the Divine Masculines, the Empress. Just immediately, boom. Empress energy. So Divine Masculines, this is your Empress. If you're watching this, or Divine Feminine's watching this, you are the Empress. Boom. in your face, Empress. So have no delusions. This is going to result in union. It's going to result in seeing the Empress as the destiny, as part of the destiny, as getting past this temporary stuff. It's a prerequisite to appreciate the Empress in the Empress's fullness, is what I'm hearing. So it's a necessary experiment right now. Whatever the masculine is navigating, it is to bring the divine masculine into the awareness of this Empress energy, and everything that you're going through on this journey right now, divine feminine, is also bringing you into your awareness of yourself as this queen of all queens. You are whole. You are abundant. You are holding this. You are in this, and everything you're going through is helping you catalyze or crystallize that in your life. So this action of the masculine, it is actually affirming and empowering the divine feminine to step into autonomy, sovereignty, abundance on that level. And we get 2 more cards, the Judgment and 7 of Pentacles, Lord of Unfulfilled Success in the reverse, and the Spirit of Primal Fire, the Last Judgment, in reverse as well. So 7 of Pentacles in the reverse means that there has been something seen about this unfulfilled success, and now that is, whoa, what I'm actually getting is the masculines have not felt equipped to align with the Empress in the past, and whatever they're navigating right now is bringing them into understanding where their faulty logic of the past had contributed to a lack of success, where the proper nutrients were not being fertilized into this situation so that the garden could grow in this relationship. So the Empress, you know, that energy, the masculines are understanding why there hasn't been success, or they will understand why there hasn't been a successful start in this connection in the past. And the Last Judgment, that's the card of karma. So there is this division of the worlds, an exploration. But how is that affecting the feminines? The feminines are also seeing the inner workings of this stuff, and time again lately it's just coming back to the feminines are understanding energy, frequency, intention, discernment, not taking things personally and just seeing things as developmental gates of perception. That's never been more clear. And so it's just energy. It's all just energy. What is beneficial, what isn't. Feminines, you have a beautiful opportunity to remove the taking it personally and see it all for developmental stage. And that is the gift in this. That's the divine timing I'm hearing that has allowed just the right rate of flow for your particular connection in your particular themes of experience, everybody. So really meditate today on that ebb and flow. You know, with the moon here, it's like the tides. It's like that give and take, hot and cold, masculine, feminine. We do have this interaction between the dynamics, and there is something to be said about the timing and the rate of integration that these connections flow with. It's just right for each divine couple in just the ways that's needed for just the amount of awareness needed to continue to empower these things forward. Okay, let's do a blind spot card for the feminine. What is it that the feminines would benefit from navigating and understanding? Card 66. So what do we have here? I saw 33 and 44. Those were the 2 pages that, and 55 that it flipped onto. Isn't that lovely? Okay, conversion. If you've drawn this sigil, you are either being congratulated or warned. Either you have made a positive change on the mental and emotional level that is now converting in the body physically as increased well-being, or your lack of awareness of emotional and mental stress is now making it become physical in the form of decreased well-being. In other words, the emotional and mental aspect of the truth of yourself that you are not aware of or are not admitting to is converting into physical symptoms. If you've drawn this sigil, you must pay close attention to your body. Your body is a manifestation of your consciousness. Is it trying to get your attention? Is it either congratulating you for a change you've made, or is it trying to make you make a change? It is trying to convey a message to you about your personal truth. You are not separate from your thoughts and emotions. For example, if you are constantly tired, you may be living your life according to what has to be done, which is sucking the inspiration and intrinsic motivation out of your being, and that may be converting to actual chemical changes in your brain and muscles. If you feel totally out of control and powerless within relationships, you may perceive yourself to be totally out of control of the process or free will involved in giving and receiving from others. You may tend to feel isolated, distrusting, end up in love-hate relationships, have difficulty committing to relationships, and therefore, because life is relationships, have difficulty committing to life on earth itself. Because of this, you may be in a fight with whether to take in life at all, and as a result, this way of being converts to physical illness. One method that we can use to become aware of what is occurring within us is to close our eyes and ask to see the part of us that is affected in our mind's eye. We let the image appear however it appears. We can begin to observe it and study its behaviors and perspectives, wants and needs and motivations. We can ask it questions. We can explore its relationship to other parts within us. We can meet its needs with our imagination and subsequently implement the changes as part of us needs in our day-to-day life. Other useful method is to decide to allow the consciousness of the part of our body where the conversion is occurring, or the ailment itself, to take over our body. For example, you could allow the consciousness of your own headache to take over your body, or you could allow the consciousness of your left kidney to take over your body. Using the example of the kidney, you could stare internally to yourself or choose with your intention, I accept to become my left kidney. Then surrender and allow the energy of your kidney to fill in the spaces within your whole body. Then you can talk or write as your kidney. You will write or speak in terms of I, but I will be your kidney speaking, not you. Don't think about the answers you give. Just give them as if you are doing a stream of consciousness exercise. Know that anything that's said or felt during this exercise is valid and has appeared for an important reason. When you're done, you can stare internally to yourself. I now release myself from being my left kidney, and remind yourself of who you are and what year it is and where you are, so you can accept your own consciousness back into your embodiment. Make sure when you do this that you don't do it with the attitude that any part is bad or has to change, or that it must unify with other parts. All of this is resistance to the individual parts. It is disapproval for the fragmentation, and I can tell you they had good reason to do so. Do this when the attitude of compassionately and genuinely wanting to understand it. Do this with the attitude of compassionately and genuinely wanting to understand it, so that you can better meet its needs and bring it closer to yourself rather than pushing it away. If you have drawn this sigil, conversion of mental and emotional truth is occurring. Either distress or well-being is converting into either ailments or an improved state of being. And if you are honest with yourself, you know exactly whether the conversion is that of positive mental and emotional state into the physical, or negative mental and emotional state into the physical. The sigil has come to congratulate you on making positive shifts that converted into physical shifts, or to help you become aware of the shift that needs to be made because of the state of mental and emotional distress converting into the physical. So this looks like there are two groups of feminines that could be possibly watching this. And so we are really looking at the connection between our emotions and our body here. Feminines are becoming more discerning. So let's see how the feminines would express that to the masculine. What is this experience? We are getting the Wheel of Fortune, Lord of the forces of life, in the reverse. So the feminines know, masculines, that this adept navigation of self is highlighted through this journey. The feminines are seeing the connection between their own free will choice in how to perceive, whether through disintegration or integration, into the progress and the benevolence of the divine to come in and say it's time to go forward in these things. So this is a deep school, a deep energetic assessment that the feminines are going through on a personal level. They are taking everything into a personal context that is being experienced like a barometer, like a filtration system, like an assessment tool. The physical body has been now highlighted in the Divine Feminine Collective so as to be a discernment tool for the state of frequencies. The physical realm is the deepest realm, is the densest. It's the densest realm. It is the final manifestation, and also the most concrete, if that were to exist, because nothing is solid, manifestation of the energetic belief structures. It's like a flag being waved, a red flag or a victory flag. How beautiful. So feminines are coming into the understanding of this mind, body, soul connection, emotions, spirit, all of it, as an indicator of alignment. And as that full masterful understanding is grasped, this Wheel of Fortune is then set in motion appropriately in divine timing. So this seems like an essential lesson that the feminines have had to go into. Okay, and for the masculines, how is that affecting the masculine collective? Ooh, masculines are worried. Oh, masculines are looking at personal accountability and the rate of bringing justice to these connections or not. This has been a headache for the masculines because they know free will, karma. They know that none of the things that the feminines are experiencing have to do with them directly. We all carry our own free will choices and karmas, but the masculines have been blurred. They're coming out of the codependency templates is what I'm seeing here. And so they can't carry the burden, the weight of your decisions, feminines. So the masculines are being released to understand that each one of us brings our own justice. So while the masculines are off exploring the things we just saw in the first portion of this reading, the feminines are handling their own intricate level of understanding the nature of reality on all those different planes. Masculines are sorting through the mind space, the illusions about what is in their bucket of responsibility and not. We cannot be someone else's happiness. And the masculines know this is a double-edged sword. They love you, divine feminines, and this is one of the ultimate tests in sovereignty. I've said it so many times, and in private sessions, as divinely channeled, the twin flame journey is the most precise exploration into the dualistic nature of reality that we can get. It is the most intimate cutting edge of sovereignty and unity, particle and wave theory of light. It's all of that, and the masculines are continuing to be led down that cutting edge. So something about your victories and challenges is allowing the masculines to come into the profound knowing of what is someone's responsibility, and how that works in a dynamic. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's dive into. Woo, if you're still with me, here we go on the weekend reading. So let's do some shuffling. I've got 4 decks, 2 for the masculine, 2 for the feminine. So thank you, Divine Creator, for bringing through exactly the messages the Divine Masculines need to express. What are they thinking, feeling, wishing, doing, challenged by? What is the solution? Where is the connection going in the near future? So that can be 3 weeks to 3 months, everybody. When I say near future, these are energies that roll out over time because they're real, they're sincere, they're authentic. Not a facade, a quick fix, a pretend. Genuine things take time to genuinely express. Okay, and for the feminines, what are the feminines thinking and feeling, wishing and doing, challenged by and solving? Where are they going with their energy towards union? Okay, got them all here. So for the masculines, what are they thinking? Oh, 8 of Swords and the Tower. They know something definitely has to change. It's that short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. The mind space. This is the trapped and powerless. This is the paradigm that keeps us held back in fear. This is the Tower. It definitely has to fall. Old foundations. All of that short-term thinking is not applicable in these connections. The masculines know that you represent the Holy Grail. You are the eternal love. None of their short-sighted, limited, past things will stand the test of time like this connection, feminines. And they definitely know that now. This new moon has brought the masculines' awareness to short-term thinking versus long-term thinking. And I'm hearing a lot of the higher selves of the feminine saying, are you sure that's my masculine? I've been praying for that. Yes, I am sure that's what I'm being told. Definitely, definitely. If you're watching this, your masculine has definitely seen how short-sightedness is an indication of them holding themselves back. Whoa. Okay, so feminines, what are the feminines thinking? The Magician and Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. Exactly. Feminines, you're seeing all of the ways that energy is expressing, manifesting. The Magician is the great manifester, has all the tools to be in self-love and unconditional love of other. This is the clear line that does not take any of this stuff from the masculine personally, does not buy into the inability to affect positive change in your own right. Your beliefs are being seen in physical manifestations in your body, either in pains and ailments, disease in extreme situations, which we're unafraid of because changing the beliefs that have anchored that instantly brings you into remission for that frequency, and you have that ability to say this and that are true. If you are resonating on a particular thing causing a particular result, you know you can change that. That you can buy into that ascended, that pure, the love-based frequency and make that true then. It can be instantaneous, but you do have free will choice. That is also the same grace that you would offer in towards your masculine, knowing that all of your masculine's decisions are their free will choice. So divine masculines cross-watching your feminine is really nailing this one home. They understand accountability and how it relates to belief. And they're seeing that in this dynamic profoundly, profoundly. So what are the masculines feeling on the heart space? 8 of Chalices, you are right. I'm feeling to accentuate that divine feminine, you are the right choice. And on my table, this masculine is walking to the right. They're going in the right direction. They're going towards you. Their old things are falling. They definitely have to end cycles. They definitely have to cut out the shadiness, the sneakiness, the short term, the lust. They definitely want to stop holding themselves back. They are definitely walking away from these third-party situations right towards you, Divine Feminine. This is on the heart space. You are the right choice, Divine Feminines. Oh, thank you, New Moon in Cancer. What are the Divine Feminines feeling on the heart space? Page of Earth and transition is beautiful. This is a message. So you are feeling the change. You're feeling the kindness, feminines. You're feeling this transformation on your heart space that offers kindness to all involved, because you're seeing this honoring of autonomy and sovereignty and karmic responsibility. You're seeing it so on the elemental level. The magician works with the elemental level. Ooh, this is so beautiful, you alchemists, you divine alchemists. You're seeing the essential. You're seeing the kindness. I'm going to say it again. Is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? These are the things you're seeing now, and what that means. This transformation has happened, Divine Feminines. I just had actually one of those experiences I get when timelines shift, like a sonic boom, a sonic wave. I just felt it. I felt 3 different layers of it. So I'm being told that out there watching that you will also experience some radical third eye. It felt at the third eye level. So a massive third eye. Dolphins are very psychic too. Massive third eye free will choices were just made in the collective, and those watching instantaneously from this message. So embrace that, take that, embody that now, feminines. You just shifted your consciousness because of the way you chose through your free will to look at some of the things you've been struggling with navigating through this journey. A few of you just chose to see things in the appropriate way, in the kind way, in the transformed way, and you just shifted timelines. You just jumped, you just leveled up, you just got closer by 1 degree, 1 parallel universe. You just hopped. Nice work, feminines. That is amazing. I'm so honored to witness that and attest to it. So very good. On the heart space, this is a full heart-centered choice, free will utilization here, feminines. And, you know, look at that. Masculines are magnetized towards, I want to put it this way, everybody. So it works together as masculines are understanding why the divine feminine is the right choice. That's adding safety to the feminine. And as the feminine is becoming more practical, more kind, taking less things personally, that is also indicating to the masculines that the feminines are the right choice. So what are the masculines wishing for the connection? Sovereignty, autonomy. This is a feminine though, so coming forward. And you are my everything. Masculines are 9 and 10, 1 step in front, 1 step next. So the masculines know that when they become totally free from these past more instinctual, knee-jerk, compulsive behaviors, that they're moving into free thinking and absolute autonomy, actual autonomy. I'm not just talking about poly situations where, oh, I get to have lots of sexual partners because I do what I want and I am who I am and I'm allowed. That's one facet of the exploration of autonomy. True autonomy is thinking for oneself and not holding oneself back, not basing things on faulty foundations, but absolutely aligning with what is the free will choice to go towards long-term thinking, long-term abundance, long-term solid energy, and what that looks like for you in your life, because that is your path alone. Masculines are understanding that autonomy means not listening to what other people would say or want, or what external expectations would suggest, not even within these twin dynamics. Ooh, irony is that the twin flame, the divine feminine, represents the biggest temptation of this for the masculines, because you are the one who, I'm hearing like that subsonic pull that you have to your masculine feminines. They know that you have been right all along about these connections. They 100% know that, but they have had to come to that knowing within themselves. And so they rebel against you because they know that you are the bar. You are that final truth. So when the masculines have been out exploring all of these facets of reality, it's you. It's your surety that they have bulked against. Because of that, it has been the measure. They are wishing to come into their autonomy to such a degree that they choose you with the same knowing as you have expressed being worthy of being chosen. Oh, I'm just going to stop with that. That just got so magically swirly. Okay, what did the feminines want to express for their wish on their heart space? Ace of Air, the truth. Rebirth is assured. Feminines, you know, you're starting to feel it, regardless of whether you think you feel it from your masculine, but I can pretty much guarantee that the feminines watching this know that they can feel it energetically from their masculine. This is your truth, and you are the central player in your universe, and you are believing in that rebirth. You know it's inevitable. This is that magical truth. You are manifesting it, and none of the hang-ups, the bumps in the road, the roadblocks, the gates of perception are holding you back, feminines. You are claiming this rebirth. I just want to say that I did post, oh, where is it? I put it back in. That King of Swords that fell out to begin with has a bat, and here's that bat. The King of Swords that the masculine card landed on about the long-term clear thinking, that is energetically transferring to you, feminines. Now I want to get that card. I just posted that reader in the, I don't know where it went, in my community page. Steve's Love Tarot. I had never noticed the bat. Thanks, Steve, for the pointer. But yeah, energetic transference. There's the bat. You are interacting and communicating telepathically with your divine masculine. Your masculine is picking up on this readiness, on this sonar between the two. It is also you picking up on your masculine, clearing these roadblocks, knowing what needs to change, finally seeing how that long-term eternal love is becoming them. Okay, what actions are the masculines taking in their daily lives? Karma and seek professional advice. So there are some masculines are seeking tarot readings and counseling services, alternative or mainstream, whatever resonates. There is some advice being sought. So even the divine can be considered professional advice, because the divine is the divine specialist in sorting karma and all of these things. The sun rising here is the new day. It's the promise of victory coming up over the horizon for the karmic battle. So the masculines are really looking at their contribution, their free will contribution in how they have contributed to karmic dynamics, karmic paradigms, beliefs, and how to now unhook on the deepest levels from those things in order to take their life beyond the norm, to move into an extraordinary life. Masculines are at that choice point where they're definitely seeing that they want to accelerate. This could be talking to a mentor in any shape or form, a buddy, you know, someone that the masculines hang out with, whatever they do on their spare time, that those conversations could be coming to the forefront at this time, so that they are thinking out loud, communicating, negotiating, having conversations. Wow, I haven't had that so overtly. Masculines are talking about dynamics I'm getting that very, very clearly here. Seeking collaboration, seeking guidance from those around them. So again, trusted friends, even people that the masculines aren't quite sure will be going forward with them. They might be talking more along these lines of patterns and clarity and accountability, short-term to long-term thinking, specifically what is a short-term fix and what is actually healthier and more vital, more alive, what will actually create the results that they're looking for, rather than what they thought would pacify in the short term. What actions are the feminines taking? Justice and be fearless and bold. Yeah, here's that card of justice coming in. Again, we saw that for how the masculines were being affected, about how the feminines and the masculines each have to achieve justice in their own right, in their own life, over their own circumstances. And feminines, you are being fearless and bold to stand for this justified wholeness, this balance for you, what this looks like in your life. You are taking matters into your own hands and advocating for yourself. So if this is physical realm, because of that blind spot card that we got, there are victories. Justice shows up when there is a victory in your favor, and that has shown up for you here. So that can be over health issues, as we saw in that card, but that is also legal matters and karmic situations and all sorts of things. This is justified choices. This is you coming into the knowing that you will never again make choices that are not bringing justice into your experience. You will not suffer injustices because you are impervious, feminines. You are becoming so masterful that you cannot be taken advantage of on the mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical levels anymore. And that is giving you this permission to be fully you. You are justified. You have arrived. You have made it. You are showing the world that. You are showing yourself that, feminines. This is indeed, in action and indeed. Feminines, well done. Okay, what is the block for the masculines? Surrendering. I just want you all the time. Ooh, look at how wide open the heart chakra is here. So the challenge for the masculines is that they have suddenly blown open into the recognition that you are all they need. You are all they want. This is an infinite love. Karmic situations just simply won't do. The masculines, what a beautiful full surrender here. So the challenge is, how do we fit all of that into this moment? This one, right now. There's a bit of space being held here, I can feel. That's the challenge. It's how to bring this in now that it's seen clearly as the preference. The Seeker of Chalices is a page, so the challenge is also how to communicate this to you, feminines. Because we all know in these dynamics there have been things that have seemed to suggest the masculines have not chosen the divine feminine, have not actually wanted you all of the time fully. So there is that challenge of how to present that. What's the solution for that challenge? Reason, the Emperor, putting down the yana, the indecision. So divine masculines, come up with a plan, figure out the timing, yes or no, go forward, just do it. Stop waffling, masculines, and actually speak it out. Show the feminine, tell your divine feminine, take the action. Initiate, offer, engage, attempt, bridge, unify, connect. Masculine, now that you know, that's when it's time. Masculines know. Masculines know. They're still clearing and allowing these faulty foundations of uncertainty and developmental awareness to fall away. The Emperor is the king of all kings. You are the Empress, Divine Feminine. And so here is the Emperor showing up, knowing they are actually worthy now. But there is this entry-level page that's going to be breaking the ice. But just know that it is the Emperor sending out that page. And hold that tensegrity, hold that knowing it doesn't have to all happen at once. But there is this new level, masculines, of initiating a completely new cycle of willingness and readiness and presence. Oh, I just felt the energies distill into something more calm. Okay, what is the feminine challenge at this time? Oh, the Four of Wands. And there was always enough. Four of Wands is the stability. And there is always enough is a message saying that you can't get this stability from your masculine or from your circumstance outside of yourself. But it's always available all around you for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. This is the spiritual stability, the union within, that becomes the framework for safety and abundance and all of it. All provision in any moment comes when you have that internal structure within. That is the challenge for the feminines. What is the spirit-guided solution? Eight of Earth, putting in the work. There is a violin on this card. So that is creative expression, talents, gifts, putting in the work to allow those things to continue to grow. It's a lucky time. So your confidence, your empowerment, your unique talents and gifts are being fostered at this time through abundant opportunities coming towards you. And I just heard, as COVID is reopening the world, we're coming back in to a more openness. More opportunities are going to be coming in for you, Divine Feminines, which will empower you and show you how much inner work you've been doing, how much you've developed, how much truer you are to yourself, and that's magnetizing these incredible opportunities coming towards you. And that is also giving you that internal worthiness and confidence and structure that you can only find within yourself. Beautiful. Okay, where are the connections going in the near future? Seeker of Orbs, I want you to choose. Masculines, you're still spying on social media, watching your feminines more than you're admitting, paying attention, feeling into the energy, wanting your feminine to bridge the gap. Oh, gee. And for the feminines, we're getting Two of Air and sometimes wasp spirit. That always cracks me up. Words like clasps, wasps. You have to do the ps at the end. It always makes me laugh. Anyways, wasp, spirit. Sometimes life stings. Two of Air. Two of Air is making a choice based on love or fear, and doing that based on what your particular truth is. So yes, sometimes life stings, but if you do your best, feminines, you won't have any regrets. You won't have let yourself down, and that's what really matters. That's that internal structure that you are learning to rely on and be supported by in a way that just feels grounded and sure. So yes, sometimes life stings. Seeker of Orbs, and I want you to choose. There's a little bit more of a readiness. The feminines are coming into receptivity, that they will cross any bridge that arises, that they have what it takes to climb any mountain and to see any red flag in any moment, and that they'll cross that bridge when it's time. So masculines, your feminines are choosing to have that stay with it energy, but you also have to bring contribution there. Your feminine can only do as much as they can do from their side of the fence. There is this growing knowing that the feminines are waiting and meeting the masculines in that frequency. As you gain the confidence, as you gain the surety that this is your chosen path, that you do validate that your feminine is the one for you, divine masculine, you will see that they have already chosen you. You're learning that. You're learning that you must choose, and that your feminine is holding space to meet you in that choosing. That is your feminine's readiness. That is your feminine's choice. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there, but let's pull energetic cards for the union space right now. So what is the final connective energy we can see in today's reading? What is it we can see for the twins? Spine of fire, true self, passion, motivation, and purpose. Everyone is coming into their own integrity, their own alignment with purpose. Wow, did we ever see that? So this is alignment. This is true self. This is passion growing as well. Because when we polarize on the same frequency, that's when the engines get revving. Did you hear that motorcycle? That's when things light up and passion returns. So there is a promise of a return of passion in these dynamics as well, as we both step in, as the twins all step into true self. That charge is building again on a new level, on a passionate new level. Okay, many blessings, everyone. I may very well do a live tomorrow, and I'm going to announce that giveaway for another reading for 6,000 subscribers. Woo! I love you all so much.